anyone who has just joined, my name is Clodagh and I'm the People, Analytics and Wellbeing Lead as part of the Tech Apprenticeship team here in iFIT. For anyone who doesn't know, we have 3 Tech Apprenticeship programs at the minute, a computer networking program, software development and cybersecurity. And they're all an NFQ level 6. 2-year programs. We do also have a data analytics program, hoping to start later in the year once it goes through validation with QQI. As I mentioned, my focus here today is going to be talking about the Tech Apprenticeship program, in particular the all-female apprenticeship. So I welcome you all to answer any or pop me any questions that you might have. I'm going to start with some of the questions that came in through the chat during the week, just as you might think of other questions. So is there an age limit to applying? We don't have an age limit. You do have to be aged 18 or over, and we'd encourage you to be in the working age of Ireland. Our average age really is about the 27 to 32 years of age, and we have had people up to the age of 60 do the apprenticeship. So we're very inclusive in terms of our ages. So once you are over the age of 18 and up to the working age in Ireland, please apply. Another great question is there a closing date for applications? So whilst we take applications 365 days per year, we do have programs that start in September and October time, and then March, April and May. So I would encourage you to get your applications in about 4 to 6 weeks prior to a program starting that you're interested in. I'd also suggest though, if you're interested in applying for a program in 2026, there's nothing stopping you applying today. And the application is completely free. You're not charged for applying. You're not charged if you drop out either. So do apply and keep that option open for yourself. For the all-female tech apprenticeship that I'm going to talk about in a moment, that deadline, however, is the end of August. So if you're interested in joining the all-female tech apprenticeship program, get those applications in. You can apply on our website at fit.ie. Hi to all those who've just joined. I'm just going through some questions at the minute that came in through the chat during the week, but please do feel free to pop a message into the chat below and I'll get to it in a moment. Another question that got asked during the week was which program is covered for the all-female tech apprenticeship, which is the most appropriate question for today's session, and that is our software development program. So our software development female program, known within iFIT as iFIT, is an all-female software development program. It is a 2-year program, just like the other programs that we have, and it covers the same content as our regular software development program. It's an initiative that is trying to increase the number of females in tech. It's a 24-month program with 30% of your time being spent in college and 70% of your time being spent in the workplace. There's 16 modules in total, with a mix of technical and non-technical modules. Some of the non-technical modules are the customer support and project management, and then the technical modules focus on web development, software development with SQL and object-oriented programming. Another element of the module, or the program I should say, is the logbooks. So documenting your workplace experience. Obviously a massive part of the apprenticeship, and a huge benefit to an apprenticeship is the on-the-job experience that you get, that hands-on experience, being able to earn as you learn. So how we want you to document your experience in the workplace is through logbooks. And that's where you document a number of tasks you've completed throughout the 2 years to highlight the great experience you'd gain through the apprenticeship model. Just have some questions there. How much do you earn as a tech apprentice? And also, do you need to have any technical experience to join the program? So in terms of salary, you will earn €312 per week in year 1 and €408 per week in year 2. Another great benefit, and I touched on it earlier, is that there is no cost involved in you applying to FIT for the apprenticeship. There's also no cost involved to you participating in the college aspect. It is just the money that you earn from your employer from day one. In terms of any technical experience to join the program, you do not need any technical experience. You can have just completed your Leaving Cert, patiently waiting for those results to come in next month and apply. Once you have your Leaving Cert results, and I can go through those eligibility requirements now in a minute, you can apply with no experience. What we would encourage you to do is to test your interest. So if you're someone who's interested in software development, maybe you have a GitHub account or have developed an app before, played around with making a website. Or if you're interested in computer networking, maybe you've taken a computer apart and really seen the insides of a computer and then put them back together. They can be really nice things to put onto your CV, especially being in an early stage of your tech career, which is what the apprenticeship is really tailored for, to demonstrate interest in it and some experience without it being necessarily professional experience. A nice question in there now around, is there much maths elements on the programme? There isn't too much maths actually on the program. It is primarily more, if you're thinking software development, there'd be the coding elements to it. But maths, whilst it's not a major focus of the apprenticeship program, it is a requirement to have passed it in your Leaving Cert. So in terms of Leaving Cert results, you need to have passed 5 subjects in ordinary level subjects, including maths and English. So there is that element of requirement to be able to get through the program, but it's not as strong of an emphasis on maths, which would suit me down to the ground, because maths is definitely not my strong suit. So hope that answers your question okay. For anyone, as you've heard me talk about the all-female software development program and are thinking that is right up my street, how do I apply? If anyone is interested, you would apply on our website fit.ie. You'd fill out a 5-minute application form demonstrating your interest, filling out your personal details. Once you send that on to us, you will be required to send us your eligibility documents. What your eligibility documents are is your Leaving Cert or a QQI level 5 or higher, as well as your citizenship information. So to be eligible from a citizenship point of view, you need to have a UK or EU passport or a Stamp 4 visa. Unfortunately, Stamp 1G visas aren't accepted at this time. Once your eligibility approved, you'll then be sent on to an aptitude assessment, and that is to assess your ability to comfortably get through the program. If you pass that, then you'll meet with our amazing recruitment coordinator who will do interview and CV prep with you to get you ready to be interviewed with employers. Hi everybody who just joined, thank you so much for joining. We're just talking about the specific software development all-female program. If you do have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat. I think one question that some people are probably only dying to know, I'm going to apply today. What are your upcoming programs? And I have a list here in front of me that I'm going to talk you through right now and explain in detail what's in-person versus synchronous programs and what that means. So in September, we have a computer networking program starting in Cork, and that's in-person training. So what that means is if you're based in Cork, you'll be driving to Bishopstown in Cork to complete your computer networking apprenticeship training. We have a program starting in Dublin for software development, and that's going to be done through Tala Training Centre. And then a computer networking program is also taking place via Kildare, the Selbridge ETB. That classes will be primarily online, with a number of days expected to be in person. So you will need to be able to travel to Kildare for a period of time throughout the 2-year program. In terms of October then, we have our iFIT program, also known as our all-female software development program. Those classes are going to be based online with some commute required to Dublin. I would really encourage you all, if you're interested in that one in particular, to get your application in at the end of August, because the demand for that is quite high at the minute. We also then have a software development program taking place across Dublin and Galway with a company called Fidelity. That is online training with some days required in Galway Training Centre. And then finally, we have a cybersecurity program, which is currently being delivered through Kerry College for in-person training. I just got a question there. Any concerns over AI and software development? Some concerns around long-term job prospects. That's a really good question. We're actually incorporating AI into our training so that people are upskilled in it. It's also coming up in our conversations around using it as a tool to enhance our learning as well. So there's a fine balance between doing our own research and then relying on AI to do the research for us for our apprenticeship. So it's a fine balance between the two. We are hoping in due course in the next year or so that we may even develop another apprenticeship that's more AI specific, but at the minute it is incorporated into the modules. I don't think there's a concern in FIT anyway. We're definitely seeing the need to still have apprentices on, and we're speaking to the companies that we engage with. They're very interested in still taking on apprentices and just using AI to enhance the work versus replacing. But a really good question. Another kind of point that I was thinking about before joining here is the female all software development female apprenticeship program is something that I think if I was to do the apprenticeship, I would be very much interested in. And it got me thinking about what kind of companies are taking on females to do the tech apprenticeship, and thought you might be interested to hear it as well. Obviously, we welcome all tech companies to get involved with the process, but some companies in particular that like to get involved with the all-female software development program is LinkedIn, ESB, Microsoft, HSE, and Verizon. But we actually have a great opportunity if you're based in Cork with the company Motorola. They are looking on to take apprentices for the all-female software development program. So if you are willing to commute to Cork or are based in Cork, I would really encourage you to get your application in by the end of this week, and we'll be able to kind of move you through the process as quickly as we can in the hopes that you'll get an opportunity to interview with them. Any other questions anyone has today? I think the main thing is really to apply on our website, fit.ie, or you can email info@fit.ie. The great thing about Instagram is you can also message us directly, and we'll be sure to answer your questions as soon as possible. For anyone who's saying, I wonder is this role for me or career for me, but what will I do after the apprenticeship? Some roles that some of our apprentices who graduated have are application developers, gaming developers, product leads. We even have had some apprentices who finish now become mentors for apprentices in their company, which is great to see, because then when we're interacting with them, we can really see that growth. So there's really a nice opportunity here to get involved with the apprenticeship, to apply on our website, fit.ie, and see your career grow through the apprenticeship process. There's a question there. Interested in IT project management or in Kildare or Dublin, if there are any programs available in the coming months. IT project management would probably fit most within the software development program, albeit all three programs do cover project management as one of the modules. And to really enhance your experience within an IT project management role, having insights into the other elements of IT would be really beneficial. So based in Kildare or Dublin, you'd have the opportunity for, in September, a computer networking program that is online with some days based in Selbridge Kildare Training Centre. Or if you're looking at Dublin and interested in the software development side of things, we do have a software development program taking place in Tallaght in September. Or as I said, this all-female program if you'd prefer to apply for that one. The great thing about applying for any of the tech apprenticeships is that you apply once, you fill out the form, you identify what course locations and what courses you'd be interested in. So because you're based in Kildare, Dublin region, you might want to put down Cork as one of your course preference locations, but you will be able to put down Kildare and Dublin, and we'll be able to manage your application that way. Another question, are you better off going through FÁS or a company for an apprenticeship? Really good question. So FÁS, it no longer exists. It's now called SOLAS, and SOLAS oversees the running of all apprenticeships, both pre-2016 and post-2016. So the tech apprenticeships are post-2016. So what that means is they were developed after 2016. And so FIT are the national coordinator for the tech apprenticeship. So if you apply to our website and it's the tech apprenticeship that you're interested in doing, we will be able to find you a company. However, you are able to find a company yourself if you wish. It does increase the likelihood of you being placed. Just as a recap, you can apply on our website, www.fit.ie, and fill out our application form. It takes 5 minutes, and once you go through the steps involved, so there's an eligibility check, you'll do an aptitude assessment, you'll do an interview with our recruitment coordinator. Your CV then is ready to go for us to share with employers. We also have an email template and material for you to share with employers if you do want to reach out to them yourself. So if you're interested, Kieran, feel free to email us info@fit.ie to learn more. Apply today at fit.ie, or drop us a DM directly on this Instagram page, and we'll be able to give you more guidance on that if you would prefer to find your own company first before applying to FIT directly. Any other questions today that anyone wants answered? Just to, I'll let you all know, there won't be a live session next week, but the following Tuesday, you'll be able to join my colleague Dara, who is our senior learning technologist, and he is going to talk all things cybersecurity and computer networking. And I don't mean how to apply, I don't mean how long the program is, I mean getting into detail about the modules so you can get even better insight into what you'd really be doing when you go onto the apprenticeship program, mainly from a college point of view, which I think is something not to be missed because it will really give you insight into what your day-to-day learnings will look like. Hi to anyone who's just joined. I went through some questions earlier in the chat. Happy to touch on some of them there briefly. There was a question around age limit. The great thing is about the apprenticeship is that you just need to be over the age of 18 and of a working age in Ireland. Our average ages are about 27 to 31. Who are on the apprenticeship program, with also a lot of people coming through at leaving cert age, but we've also had an apprentice who was 60 apply, so there really is no age limit between the ages of 18 and the working age in Ireland. In terms of application closing dates, whilst we are open 365 days a year, we would encourage people to give themselves 4 to 6 weeks to apply before a program that they're interested in to try reduce any disappointment. So we have some programs starting in September and October, so I'd be encouraging you to get that application in this week to really increase your chances of being placed. And then I also gave detail about our all-female tech apprenticeship program, which specifically focuses on software development. I did go through it in detail, so if anyone is interested in learning more in between now and our next live session, if you go to our website, fit.ie, you'll be able to download our 3 syllabus brochures, one being in computer networking, cybersecurity and software development, or feel free to DM us directly or email us at info@fit.ie and we'll be able to send them over to you in no time. A gentle reminder for everybody, to apply for the apprenticeship is completely free. There is no cost involved. You also get to earn as you learn. €312 per week in year 1 and €408 per week in year 2.